Good day. This is Stephen with Thompson and Associates, and today I'm going to talk about W-2 withholdings. This seems to be a point of contention every tax season, whether with existing clients or new clients. And when it comes to W-2s, as an accountant, there's not a whole lot I can do after the fact. The numbers are the numbers, so to speak. So what I'm going to try to do today is explain as best I can how to do a pay stub or W-2 checkup to see if your withholdings are in line with the federal tax table so you're not caught off guard. So in this particular example, I've got a W-2, which everybody's got a W job. You've seen many times. Over here to the right of that box, I have got federal tax, Social Security, Medicare, and state. Now, on the surface, if you were to add all of this up, which is $31,524.23, and you divide that by the gross wages, you're going to end up with a total tax or marginal tax rate of 24%. Most people are like, man, I'm getting 24% taxes out. That's great. I'm covered. And here comes the problem with that logic. A lot of times people forget that this tax rate is split 4 ways. So it's split between the federal, Social Security, Medicare, and state. Social Security and Medicare are set. They're locked in. As you can see here, we use the Social Security and Medicare wages of $137,333, and we just simply take the tax withheld divided by the total wages, and we come up with the standard 6.2% for Social Security, 1.5% for Medicare. Now we do the same with the federal and the state wages, and we just divide those by the actual wages in box 1. And we come up with 5% for the state and 11% for federal. Now, if we pull up a tax table, and this is a 2023 tax table down here, we now want to see if we've actually withheld enough federal tax. So based on the wages of $133,459.92, we fall within this bracket of $100,525 and $191,950, which is the 24% tax bracket. Yes, it's very coincidental that this total tax withheld of 24% matches your tax bracket. However, this bracket is strictly for federal withholdings only. It does not include anything else. So right off the bat, we're in a 24% tax bracket, but we have an effective tax rate of 11%. So we're clearly going to be short. Now we just need to figure out how much. So we're going to take our wages from box 1. We're going to multiply that by 24%, and we're going to get $32,030.38. Then we're going to subtract the $69,5750. Basically, this is just to make up for the progressive tax system that we have. So we're not going 0 to 50 is this, and 50 to 75 is taxed this, and 75 to 100. This just makes up for that, make the calculation a little bit more simpler. So we're going to subtract that. So now we've come to our total tax that we owe on these wages in box 1 of $24,072.88. Now we subtract our federal withholdings, and we realize that we are short $11,043.86. And like I said at the beginning of the video, nothing we can really do about that at this point. When you're a W-2 employee, I mean, it's just strictly, looking at this number, comparing it to the tax table, and then just running through this quick little calculation to determine if you're going to have a refund or if you're going to be short. Now, just for example, say this individual taxpayer, they withheld, say, we're going to change that to 24,000. We'll make it really simple. Change it to 24,000. Now we see that the taxpayer is only going to owe $1,043.86. So you see how now the federal tax withholding is completely independent than these other three when determining your tax withholdings. If you do come up and figure out that you are going to be short, you can simply just adjust your federal withholdings on your W-4 form that you can get from your HR department or your payroll department, and you want to look at line 4C of that form, which it just indicates how much more additional monies you would like to withhold for federal taxes. I hope this has giving you a little bit more insight on how to read a W-2 and how the taxes, the federal withholdings affects your overall tax return. Now, again, this isn't an exact science. Again, we're not including deductions or itemized deductions or child tax credits or anything like that. But this will give you a quick preliminary view of your tax situation and give you a great idea if you're going to be either getting a refund or if you may end up owing money. If you have any additional questions about this, you can please email me at steven@atlantacpas.com, or you can text me directly at 404-835-7192.